First of all, Sunday, have you been focusing on the positives or the negatives this week?
Very much the positives. It was a very good second half performance. We probably dug ourselves into a little bit of a hole first half, but they weren't major issues. They scored from a couple of breakaways, so we knew that if we got some more accuracy in our game and did the things that we said we were going to do a little bit more accurately, then we were very confident that we could pull it back in the second half. And I think our fitness told as well. So we knew if we were relentless and we kept the ball second half, we could turn that around.
Be really honest. At any point on Sunday, did you go, "Oh, we've got this winning record. I don't want to lose it today"?
Yeah, in the first half especially, but genuinely as well, I didn't ever feel that we were going to lose the game. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not sure. But I just knew with this group of players that if we click, we can score quickly. We also had impact coming off the bench, so I knew that they'd make a difference in what was going to be a tight game that was going to go to 80 minutes. There were times in the first half, obviously, when you're looking at the scoreboard and thinking, there's getting some significant daylight between the two teams. But with the players that we've got, it was only 2 tries and we were right back in it. And then fitness and confidence and probably a winning mentality showed at the end.
Will Friday be a different test?
It'll be a more familiar test. Obviously, London Scottish is a team that we're very well aware of. They're aware of us. We've played them twice already this season. Both have been pretty intense battles. So it will be a test in terms of there will be that familiarity. We know their players well. They know ours well. So it'll probably be a little bit more structured. But it will be, as it always is against Scottish, it will be a pretty physical encounter and a real test. Every team wants to come to Ashton Gate now and be the first team to beat Bristol there. So if we give teams hope, as we have done in the first half of the last 3 games, then we're going to be into a tough encounter. Our challenge is to start the first half this week as we started the second half last week.
Do you do as much preparation on the opposition this week as you did for the first time you faced them, or can you cut us a little bit of slack because you know them better now? Yeah,
it's obviously a short turnaround as well, so what you can't do is try to cram a whole week's learning into a 5-day turnaround. It's a Sunday to Friday. We're familiar with them, vice versa. So we'll do our due diligence as we do on every team, but we can't fit too much preparation into what's been a pretty short week. The message again will be, let's do what Bristol do and try and do it as accurately as we can do.
What can you tell us about the team that will face them on Friday night?
It'll have a very familiar ring to it, as always with the B&I. It will be a mixture of old campaigners and people who have played a lot of championship rugby, plus some young lads who have come in to the group and will get an opportunity to the likes of Cook. Tovey, who's had a little bit of a spell of inactivity, will form a pretty exciting centre partnership, and we the likes of Callum Sheedy, who will be keen to come off the bench and add some impetus to Friday night. So added with that, we'll have Nicky Robinson and people who've played international rugby. So it's that balance again of youth and experience.
3 players, not just injuries but long-term injuries. How big a blow is that?
It's disappointing, very disappointing for the players. The players who add a lot to the environment and are obviously quality players as well. So it's very disappointing. We are very lucky here in terms of the size of squad, and not just the size of squad, the strength of squad. So it'll be a blow, but we've proven this season that we can put any side out, and they're very competitive any competition we play in. So we'll just hope to get those players back fit and firing as soon as we can, and the players who step in for them will do a more than adequate job, I'm sure.
Yeah. Do you have the strength to cope with this, or is there a chance you might look to add to the squad to reinforce it?
No, we feel definitely we've got the strength within the squad to cope with it. We're lucky we've got durable players. So Joe Joyce is a second row, but he can play in the back row. Obviously Ryan Jones will be back more short term, can do the same. So we feel we've got adequate cover in that area to get by at the moment.
And psychologically for a player, when suddenly you're told you could be out for say 4 months as an example, how hard is that for them to cope with?
It's difficult, but it's something, unfortunately, the nature of the game, and it's something that the 3 players are used to. So it's difficult for them, especially short term, because it's a bit of almost go through a little bit of a grieving process, and you can't see the end. But once you're into your rehab and you've got an end date, then it gives you something to work towards. And fortunately for all the players involved, it's not season over. They're going to be roundabouts at the business end of the season, and this season is a season that comes to life around April, May. So let's hope they take a full part in that.